I'm student meteorologist Dylan Leith here with your 8 p.m. update on Hurricane Hermine. Biggest thing to look at right now, the entire storm is engulfing the entire state, mostly Panhandle on the east side, seeing the worst of the storm, but it's moving slowly north, and we're seeing some of that wind start to pick up in our area. Right now, we're going to zoom into the forecast cone. So big things that have changed for the 8 p.m. advisory. We're seeing 105 mile per hour winds. So that's still a Category 2 storm. But that still means, just because it's Category 2 doesn't mean it's a non-intense storm. It is Category 2. 105 miles per hour is not a joke. Those are strong winds. We can see the pressure increase a bit, which is good, meaning that the storm is kind of dying down. Good for us, good for the rest of the state. But again, don't take it lightly just because it's dropped from a Category 4 to a 2 now. It is still a powerful hurricane and could bring damage to a lot of the western parts of Florida and the northern parts of Florida as it moves north. Here's the forecast path. You can see it starts going, makes its way over the Gulf a little bit. And people are asking, why is it degrading when it comes back onto land as it goes over the Gulf? We're getting some wind shear, which is disrupting the storm. The eye is not as defined as it was a couple hours ago. It is less defined, and as it moves north, it's going to start shearing off, and a lot of that convection is just not going to be as well defined. So we're looking better here in Tallahassee. Things are improving, but again, don't take it lightly. This is still a powerful hurricane, right? So moving into Irma, I wanted to put this graphic in because my parents and a lot of family that we have down in South Florida, I have family down in Miami, and they are without power. But the good thing for them is the worst has already passed. You can see clearing up for Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami-Dade County. So things are looking good. On the western parts of the lower southwest, they're starting to move out, but they're without power right now. And a lot of places are trying to deal with that. But as it moves out, gives time for people to recover tomorrow when they have daylight. For our area, though, the worst of the storm is starting to move in, or sorry, more of intensity is starting to move in. You can see this yellow start to pick up in our area. And so we're seeing more intense rainfall coming now, and this storm is starting to pick up. Current wind speeds, you can see 20 in Perry, 18 in Valdosta, so it's starting to pick up. We also have 21 in Apalachicola and 23 miles per hour. We're going to see this number for Tallahassee. It's currently at 17. Start to pick up as we move on, and the storm starts making its way into our area. Winds gusts for the rest of the state. See, we lost data from Miami, Fort Myers, and Key West. That data is gone because their anemometers, which are the wind speed measuring tools, have broke. But we have Palm Beach County at 68, and you can see this dark orange and yellow start to make its way up through the state. We saw it down by Miami earlier today, but it's now moving up. You can see a little blue down by Miami because that storm has moved through. But as it moves up, we're going to see these wind gusts start to get more intense. Going to power outages. So we lost power during Hermine for a while. This is the power outage map brought to you by the University of Michigan. You can see we're not this county on the coast, we're the county above it, that is Leon County. We're looking at about 50 to 40% chance of, or 40% chance amount of people without power. So we are going to be without power for a couple of days. It's going to be like Hermine, but the difference with this storm compared to Hermine is that the winds will be lasting longer. This storm is a much longer storm. Hermine was about 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours. This storm, we're going to see winds for about 18 hours. You're going to see the worst case scenario, we're going to experience some Category 1 winds, 74 miles per hour to 95 miles per hour. Best case scenario, though, we're seeing 34 mile per hour winds, or 39 miles per hour winds to 73 mile per hour winds. So that's tropical storm. That is the best case scenario for our area. But that still doesn't mean that this is not a strong storm. These winds, these are sustained winds, not gusts. During Hermine, we had gusts of 64 miles per hour, and that knocked out power for the city for a while. So, but imagine these kinds of winds for 18 hours. This city is going to lose power, but we are ready to take it, and we will come back stronger. Here's some weather headlines. You should have your preparations done now. Be in your shelters or be where you're going to ride out the storm now. You shouldn't be going out and making any last-minute preparations because you're going to put your life at risk by doing something. Impacts are going to begin tonight. We're going to see the storm start to pick up as the night goes on. Looking at the most intense part, tomorrow morning around 11 a.m., 10 a.m., we're going to see the storm really pick up, and that's the most intense part. Power outages are highly likely for the city of Tallahassee. Be safe and ride out this storm. Have a good night.